The thunderstorm. Thunder Rosa, Tony Storm. The thunderstorms are rolling in, Amp Unit. I hope we can get this stream in. If not, we're going to have to do this as a video, and then I'll just put it up later. But hopefully, salute. Hopefully we can get this thing rocking, man. My amplified unit. Hold on, let me get some playback here. There's thunderstorms, guys. Not much I can do about that. Mother Nature always wins on that. My amplified unit, check, 1 2 1 2 B motherfucking C coming at you. True and tried, fully amplified. Guys, I got pretty good playback, so I will switch over to the earbuds. I got good play. We got thunderstorms all over the tri-state, guys, so there's nothing I can do about that. Hopefully the stream holds up. Shouldn't take too long. This should only be about a half an hour, 45-minute stream. I always say that ends up over an hour, sometimes 2 hours, but it should only be. I got a few stories I'm going to rock by. I had a little bit of time this evening. I wanted to get a video out to you guys. I wasn't able to earlier, so this is the time that I have. What's up, everybody? This one's a full. This is not just gold unit, everybody, like last night, so come on in. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Salute. Got my 7th coffee of the day for you guys, man. I'm going to rock that in a second. I got the latest on the Vince McMahon lawsuit, guys, and what it means more than anything, because I think there's a misconception. There's something that people think this is going to lead to, and I want to kind of cut through the bullshit, because this is a really big lawsuit. It's going to be a class action suit. So I want to give you guys the latest details and tell you exactly what this means for Vince McMahon, and is this something that can finally get him out of WWE for good? I'm going to go through that in a few minutes. I'm going to talk about FTR, man. Their podcast has become no bullshit. I will say that. It seems like they just don't give a fuck. They know that they're a really good tag team. They know what they've done already, and they know what they're capable of doing. So if they piss people off in the process, that's just what's going to happen. So they talk about how, yeah, there's quite possibly heat on them backstage, and they talk about how they don't give a fuck. They've already requested their removal, time off from AEW for several months, right around WrestleMania season, April, they said. Go figure. And also, they came right at one of the WWE execs, man, one of the suit and ties in WWE. They're not holding back on this motherfucker either. So we're going to talk FTR as well. And the rating for Dynamite. I think we'll start off at that because that just came out a little less than an hour ago-ish. So this is going to be newer to a lot of you guys. The Dynamite rating that everybody thought was going to pop 1.2, which is what we say as numbers guys in the industry. Those that follow numbers, statistics, people think that we just come up with an imaginary number, 1 million, because it sounds good, right? 1 million is what they have to hit, right? And then everybody goes, well, why do they have to hit this imaginary number to be a good show? We're not saying that. We're saying that they should be, if you follow numbers, they should be bare minimum at a 1-2. That's what anybody that follows numbers and statistics and metrics, Dynamite should be at a 1-2 with the roster that they have in the cable contract that they have, the time. Everything, if you put it together, they started out at the 1-4. You're going to fall hundreds of thousands at first. After 4 years, you should at least get back to what we think is a 1-2. That's bare minimum, guys. So we're being generous when we say they have to at least hit 1 million. Right? We're being generous. They should actually be at a 1-2 is their floor, guys. So when we come up with 1 million, I think people in the community think we're just coming up with a fancy number because it sounds good, right? You got to hit 1 million, man. That's not the case. We came up with 1 million because we actually came up with 1.2, and they can't even come close to that. Not consistently, not ever. So we lowered the bar, and now it's just at 1 million. The problem is AEW cannot hit the 1 million, right? It's the same thing we did with WWE. Right now, WWE Raw should be at a 2.2. Monday Night Football, a holiday, your grandmother's birthday, it doesn't matter what excuse you have. WWE Raw against Monday Night Football even, their bare minimum floor, if you put all the metrics together, should be a 2.2. The fact that they're fucking around with 1.7s is a massive Monday night problem and a huge headache for WWE. And an even bigger headache for Us fans. Now, Dynamite, AEW, they should be pulling in 1.2 bottom. Now, we had to move the goalposts because they just can't do that. So we went to $1 million a long time ago, and they still can't clinch that. So I hope that just sets aside the misconception of where $1 million came from. Now, some people who don't understand numbers, they might be on like social media saying $1 million because it sounds nice. No, people like BC are saying $1 million because we've lowered the fucking standard and we moved the goalpost. We had no choice. So here we are on a show that's in Los Angeles, LA. And they marketed the fuck out of this show, guys. Marketed this. It's LA. They teased big time Sasha Banks, Mercedes Mone. Just last week, even Britt Baker. Even when Saraya chose fucking Tony Storm, there was that look in Sheeta's eyes. Tony Khan did an interview just a day ago, right before Dynamite. And he would not break, but he just smirked when he was asked about it. He knew he was going to try to use that as a ratings pop. He knew he didn't land Sasha Banks. And for anybody saying, oh, it shouldn't have been last night anyway, it doesn't make sense. It's not about that. That was the tease. Of course, we'd rather have her debut at a pay-per-view or something, but that's not what was teased. That's not what we were waiting for, right? The teases and not debunking it. All of that led to LA last night. So it doesn't matter if it fit or not. That's what we were waiting for, a lot of people. So you had the Sasha tease, Mercedes Mone. You were in LA. You had Adam Cole return in Q2, which gave you the rest of the night for social media to take a buzz and tune into the product for hour 2. And you had a huge title match to end the show. And you had banger after banger after banger is what I'm told. And guys, when it was all said and done, they didn't even hit 1 million viewers. Tony Khan played up this fucking tease with Sasha, and either fans saw right through the bullshit or it just backfired. The Adam Cole Q2 return did not generate the type of buzz that TK was hoping for in Q2 to go through Q3 all the way through Q8. The title match was botched because Tony Khan gave them 14 minutes. The 7th match, a ladder match, 6 individuals, 3 titles on the line, 14 minutes in a commercial break. It was botched. And when it was all said and done, they did not even hit 1 million. And again, that's not a magic number that we're coming up with. We're just trying to move the goalpost to help out Tony because he can't even come close to the 1-2. So now the 1 fucking 0, the 1 mil can't even be hit when you pulled out everything last night. And there was a time, man, this whole week I said they're obviously going to pull 1 million because they're pulling out all the stops. With or without a Sasha, they're most likely going to pull 1 mil. We heard that Adam Cole could show up. We didn't know how true that is. That was. We knew the title main event. We said, okay, 1 million. It's LA. There's a buzz. Everybody started to get carried away. They're going to hit 1-2 and 1-3. They're going to hit 1-4 BC. And I was like, let's not get carried away. They're going to hit 1 million most likely. But how much? Are they really going to get 1-1? Depends on how good the show is. Guys, I was live last night. I was live with you guys last night. And by the end of the show, what did I tell you? Hour 1 I thought was decent. Hour 2 fell off the rails. And I told you guys, man, and by the end of hour 2, I was thinking, wait a second. Did they even hit 1 million? I did not think that show was good, to be honest. I thought decent. And hour 1 was better than hour 2, but I thought that was a mid-as-fuck show. If you went on social or you saw any other clown in the community try to put on a podcast or make a video, you saw some of the wildest, weirdest shit I've ever seen as a wrestling fan. You saw fans going, Dynamite was flawless. Dynamite was perfect. Dynamite was the best in months. Dynamite was the best show ever in Dynamite history last night. Guys, I was seeing some of the weirdest shit. I honestly wanted to put my dome piece into every brick wall around New York City. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I can only assume that a lot of these schmucks that jumped off the AEW bandwagon to stroke the nostrils of fucking 3H's to try to get a job in WWE. Once they saw that 3H's is once again just a bitch boy of VKM, they tried to go back to AEW, and they're now trying to beg their way back into the good graces of the AEW diehards. Please take me back, man. I'll say it's the best. I'll say it's flawless. I'll say it's perfect. I'll say it's amazing. I'll say last night's show was the bee's knees. Just accept me back, man. 3 H's isn't going to allow me back, man. 3 H's is Vince's bitch. Just take me back, AEW fans. Take me back. That's all I can think of. I don't understand what the fuck. These people were smoking last night. I was live the whole 2 hours with my gold members last night, and we called every segment as fair as imaginable. We called everything exactly what it was. What was exciting us, what was intriguing, the lack of storytelling. We called it all. And at the end of the night, we came to the conclusion, mid-show. All right, hard-pressed to say good. I won't say bad, but mid. And I could not believe, guys, over the last fucking 12 hours, man, I mean, the things that I'm fucking seeing. It was a flawless, perfect show. Amazing. Excellent. It was the best AEW Dynamite in months. Some schmuck saying the best show ever in Dynamite history. How weird is this fucking community getting? Can't we just watch a Dynamite and just say, yeah, I liked it, or I didn't? Why does every Dynamite have to be followed with best ever? What is up with the AEW, that sector? It's not all AEW. I have a lot of AEW fans as Amplified members. And much love to you guys. And thank you for not getting weird like that. But there's a sector of AEW fans. WWE has the same type of problem, but AEW has to follow everything up with it was the best. It was excellent. It was amazing. I don't understand why we have to label everything the bee's fucking knees. Everything has to be the best every week. How many best shows can AEW give you? Every fucking week is better than the last, and the ratings tell you you're lying. You're lying to yourself. You're lying to your audience. You're trying to get a fucking job there. You're trying to fucking suck on Tony Schlong. You're trying to suck on fucking H's Schlong. You're trying to get a job anywhere. You're trying to get into the good graces of all the fucking fan base. I don't know what the fuck's going on in this community, but you got a bunch of liars. You got a bunch of bullshitters. You got a bunch of weird little fucking dipshitted dumb fuckwads who don't have a clue what they're talking about, or they know they're lying through their ass just to try to get into good graces. That's what's happening here. Because if you think that banger after banger after banger after banger after banger after banger is pulling in ratings, you're wrong. Banger after banger is putting you in the shitter. This is what happens when you don't have storylines. This is what happens when you don't have larger-than-life characters and stories we give a fuck about. This is the fucking problem. This is why you could not pull $1 million last night, because we lie after every Dynamite and say, this was such a good show, man. I jizzed 3 times watching it. I couldn't even believe it. I couldn't believe how many orgasms we had watching this show, man. This is awesome. It was mid as fuck. It was mid as fuck. The women's match was fucking tainted anyway because of all the teases, and he didn't fucking deliver, and the match fell flat to LA. LA was sleeping during the fucking match. The finish was so fucking odd. With Sheeta goes in there with a fucking kendo stick, throws the kendo stick in, and then she's shocked that a heel picked it up. Where's my kendo stick? I brought a kendo stick? I lost my kendo stick? Somebody has my kendo stick? Has anybody seen my kendo stick? They made Sheeta look like a fucking idiot last night. All this teasing, Tony Khan knew this. Even if you don't land Sasha, or you want to save her for a pay-per-view, even though you teased it for LA, so that's what we were expecting. But even if you don't have her, wouldn't you come up with a more creative finish than what the fuck we got in that ladies match? Let's talk about the main event to end hour 2 and end the show. Let's talk about the main event. How about this shit? 14 minutes for 6 dudes, 3 titles on the line, 7th match. You thought they were fucking circus acts before. You thought they were fucking spot fest monkeys before. Bro, try having 14 minutes with 6 dudes. You had no selling galore. People were jumping off ladders through tables and they would be up 30 seconds later. But you're telling me Supernatural is killing the business? How about lack of kayfabe is killing the business? How about lack of in-ring psychology is killing the business? How about lack of selling in your fucking bangers? Your matches is killing the business. these types of matches where everybody goes, my instant gratification is fucking being pleasured right now. My fucking dick is hard with all these bangers. That's what's killing pro wrestling. You and your fucking bangers. I want you to take those bangers. I want you to shine them up. I want you to replace your roll of toilet paper in your bathroom. And the next time you take a shit, I want you to fucking wipe your ass with your bangers. Because it belongs with the rest of the shit that comes out of your shit. That's what I want you to do with your bangers, because pro wrestling is on life support because of your bangers. And every time you show up to yell, "This is awesome," because your favorite wrestler did a 670 frog splash, moonsault, hurricanrana, shooting star, fuckwad press. There is no reason. See, I'm a real wrestling fan. I actually want to see AEW succeed. And it pains me to watch them at a 967,000 viewers. They couldn't even clinch 1 million when you're in Los Angeles with all the marketing. You couldn't even clinch 1 million teasing Sasha Banks and playing up the hype, not even delivering, but you played that shit like a fiddle. You couldn't do it with a fucking championship main event. You could not do it with an Adam Cole return during Seg 2, so you had the whole night for social media to fucking talk about it and get more viewers to the show in hour 2. You couldn't do it with Bryan Danielson and fucking Take a Shitta. You couldn't do it with Hangman Page and Mox. The show was fucking mid. Nobody needs to see a 7-minute promo between Ricky Starks and Action Andretti and JAS, and the only storyline that it led to was fucking Jake Hager versus Ricky Starks. That's all we got after 7 minutes. Action Andretti, guys, is gonna fucking pop 1 million? Ain't gonna happen. Mox is fucking dropping a match to Hangman. Okay, I understand. Hangman just got back. He's got to win. I've seen Mox get fucking destroyed by every entity imaginable. And this dude takes a buckshot lariat and he can't get up. He looks like he's dazed and confused. He's going to be in a wheelchair for 8 months. Doesn't make sense. 14 minutes for the fucking title match in the main event doesn't make fucking sense. You made fucking this circus act even more of a fucking circus. I might as well pay half the price and show up to fucking the next circus that comes to town. They're basically giving away tickets. Oh, wait, wrestling is doing that these days, too. When this show got over, I told my we were live, and I told every one of you guys, I said, something's wrong here. What happened, man? That was their LA show. Like, that felt mid as fuck. My amplified unit spoke loud, man. My amp unit spoke loud when they said, "No, it ain't just you, BC." That fell flat. That second hour was flat as fuck. Main event was a spot fest personified. I don't know what happened to the show. It fell off the rails. It's like the wind got sucked out of everybody when the Sasha shit happened. But even before that, I started to feel like this show might not clinch 1 mil. It did not. It did not. Unfucking real, man. But I should not be shocked, unit. They should have focused on storytelling from day one when Dynamite first got started, man. And we'd be in a lot better place right now. A lot better. I know that in order for AEW to start getting the 1.2, which is their, it's not even 1 million. We're just being generous. It's a 1.2 that they should be getting right now. That's what anybody who follows numbers and statistics, man, that's the number we're at right now. There's no reason that after 4 years they shouldn't be at a 1.2. It's not going to happen until they move their business philosophy. You got to start. What stories had you on the edge of your seat last night? There was none, guys. You want to be honest? Let's take their biggest championship story, right? MJF, who's my boy. Love MJF. Him and Bryan Danielson last night elevated nothing. We're doing you have to go through all my obstacles storyline that MJF always does. We were just hoping that there's going to be another layer on top of the obstacle storyline. We found out last night there's not going to be. MJF come out, cuts a promo on Take a Shitta. He's the guy who wants to beat Bryan Danielson, but he's picking on him. Danielson comes out, MJF runs away, Danielson beats Take a Shitta. That was it. It reminds me of 2 weeks ago when MJF was just watching from the skybox. They don't have a storyline with Danielson and MJF. They don't have anything. You just have to beat all of my cronies every fucking... That's what we're doing, guys. You don't have to, it doesn't matter if you agree or not. That's the truth. I know what I'm witnessing, bro. I'm not talking about what we like and what we don't like. This is literally what is happening, man. I'm seeing something that should be amazing, like MJF and Bryan Danielson, and it's turning into something that I could literally, when it comes to a take it or leave it situation, I can leave it. So what else, guys? What storyline? It wasn't MJF and Bryan Danielson last night that had you at the edge of your seat. What was it? JAS and Ricky Starks and Action? That's no storyline that leaves you on the edge of your seat. It just set up Hager and Ricky Starks for next week. What's the story? Death Triangle finally lost after 7. They choked. It's like a fucking New York Yankees from 2004 and the Boston Red Sox. Only difference is they had a 3-1 lead and they fucking choked. Okay, so they go to the back of the front of the back of the line, and you had the Elite just pick up where they left off before the whole CM Punk Phil Brooks situation at All Out. And they win the titles. Okay, that doesn't leave you at the edge of your fucking seat. That's not a cliffhanger. That doesn't make you need to tune in next week. What the fuck is it? I mean, if Adam Cole didn't return last night, there'd literally be nothing to look forward to. I mean, people are now looking forward to seeing how they book Adam Cole. And knowing Tony Khan, you can't hold your breath on that shit. See, when I put it like that, guys, a lot of people go, oh, man, I thought BC was just being a dick, but he's actually right. There's nothing on last night's show that left me on the edge of my seat. Nothing that we need to tune into next week. There's nothing. There's nothing, man. You know how I know? I've been seeing this shit from day one. I do my due diligence. It's not what you like and what you don't like, by the way. If you liked a lot Dynamite last night, that's fine. If you thought Dynamite was a good show, that's cool. That's your preference. There's nobody trashing you if you like a show or not, or thought it was good. But when you start going, it was excellent, flawless, perfect, the best AEW Dynamite in months. Some schmucks calling it the best AEW Dynamite ever. That's when you lose all credibility. And somebody's got to fucking take the 140 characters from you, or you just really got to stop talking about pro wrestling, because that's no longer your opinion. You're literally just telling lies on a factual sheet, right? Because we have facts all on a fucking piece of paper of what's happening and what's not. And you're just fucking crossing them off and putting the bullshit lies, right? No, it's excellent because I liked it. Well, no, that's now you're just literally being stupid. And anybody that fucking anybody that needs any confirmation, you just look at the rate. The ratings will always tell you. So for the people that go, ratings don't matter like they used to, absolutely they do. It tells you exactly who's what. NFL is up 10%. Do you know why NFL ratings are up 10%? Because they switched things around. They changed some things around. People thought it was more better. They like what they're seeing more. And NFL live entertainment for the NFL is up 10%. Why is pro wrestling in the shitter every year, every quarter? It's because we're not producing television for the masses to really enjoy. We're not creating larger than life characters and storylines we give a shit about, culminating in feuds that are epic and they give us moments for a lifetime. Moments and matches we need to go back and watch again. Nothing on last night will you go back and watch again. Nothing. Not even Adam Cole saying I'm back, baby. Nobody's going back and watching anything on that Dynamite show. So do they deserve a 967? Yes. And I don't say that as a player hater. I wish they were pulling in 1-2s, 1-3s bare minimum. I wish they were at 1-6s and 1-7s battling Monday Night Raw. The only person in Tony Khan's way is not even Vince McMahon. It's Tony Khan. Tony Khan is the only motherfucker in his own way. It's like he's just playing action figures. It's like he's a kid again, and these real-life wrestlers are his action figures, and he's just doing whatever the fuck he wants. He's like, I'm going to have bangers tonight. And there's a small sector of fans, very minuscule. They're the fucking core that's there every week, and they'll tune in every week for bangers. I don't know how many bangers they need to see before they got their fix. How long can we go by this type of fan just taking this type of match all the time? You're just seeing dudes in their fucking underwear doing a bunch of moves, man. Pro wrestling is more than that. How many flips do you need to see? How many fucking back-to-back no-selling sequences do you need to see before you've had your fix and we can all start to fix pro wrestling? I hate the word fucking bangers. The people that use banger are fucking clowns. Literally. DFSs, man. Dumb fuck schmucks. DFS. Dumb fuck schmucks. When I use banger, trust me when I say it is absolutely sarcastically. It's absolutely to just fuck with that type of bullshitter, bruh. Every fucking match in pro wrestling today is a banger, and we go online and we try to be cool because we're saying it's a fucking banger. And every time I see it, I go, fucking clown! Fucking DFS! It is a shame that we're at a 967,000 in Los Angeles with a title main event, a Sasha tease for a whole fucking month. Adam Cole returns. Hangman Page versus Mox. It just wasn't executed properly. And they pulled a 967 because nobody gave a fuck. Salute to my amp unit. That's just the fucking truth, man. Salute. Salute again. That's really fucking, that's delicious. I'm going to have another swig. And to everybody, man, especially, I know I have a lot of AEW fans up in here, man. Much love to you guys. Trust me, I hope it gets better. I'll keep covering it. And I hope that people like Tony Khan can just listen, man. Bring in storytelling, man. We need stories. Same thing I say about WWE. AEW last night had no story that put you on the edge of your seat. There's no story right now in AEW that has you so intrigued you cannot wait till next week. There's no story. And AEW has 130 males on their roster and over 30 females, and they just don't have anything going right now. But the one thing Tony can do, because he's got so many great wrestlers, is he can give you a lot of good action matches. He can put a lot of people together and go, let's have bangers all night. And fans are going to show up and go, wow, a whole night of bangers. A whole night of scripted, predetermined, pre-planned combat. Acting like this is a real fucking sport. I don't like Supernatural. It makes me think it's not a real competition in sport. Yet you'll see somebody get fucking Canadian destroyed from the top of a ladder through a fucking table, and they'll get up 10 seconds later, and you'll be totally fine with it. Maybe he turned into Superman for 20 seconds, Beasley. Hey, Beasley. Beasley. Maybe he turned into Superman. You're just being so negative, Beasley. Maybe he's Superman. Maybe he has a supernatural power. I thought you don't like Supernatural. I don't. I'm saying he got strong for 10 seconds. Well, that's a supernatural power. Oh, fuck, Beasley. I'm leaving the channel, man. I'm fucking leaving, Beasley. 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 Beasley, are you even listening? I'm leaving. Oh, no, I wasn't. I thought you were either left or I was going to boot you out. That was your fucking choice. You'll leave on your own and you were going to get DOS boot from my entire fucking unit. They were going to boot you the fuck out. I want AEW to succeed so badly, man. They have WWE right the fuck where they want them, bro. They've had WWE right the fuck where they want them. And last night was just you felt like it could be magical. And when the show went off the air, it just fell so fucking flat. And nobody wants to tell the truth. Everybody just fucking started talking about how fucking they've never seen a Dynamite that good. I was like, I just watched it with fucking hundreds of people live. What did I miss? What the fuck? That was mid as fuck. But that's what we're doing. A lot of people, man. A lot of people literally left AEW fucking high and dry. They went over to Triple H because they thought he was really in control. Now they know that he's Vince's bitch boy. So now they're crawling back to AEW and they're just praising the shit out of everything Tony Khan does. These little fucking bootlickers. Little fucking dumb fucks. And Tony Khan doesn't help his fucking cause. Tony Khan's doing an interview yesterday before Dynamite, and he's literally, he doesn't know when to shut the fuck up. Tony Khan says, and I quote, in many areas, we're the worldwide leader now in wrestling. You're the worldwide leader. And when asked why that is, he goes, well, in some metrics, for instance, like England, we're the most watched company because of some deal they have, IVT or so, I don't even know what it is. But in England, apparently they have a good audience because of some type of TV deal they have or something. So he's like, we're the worldwide leader because in England we're watched a lot. I'm thinking, what the fuck? One country doesn't make you the worldwide leader, you DFS, you dumb fuck schmuck. How the fuck does this guy, I don't even understand. Thank God he's got daddy's money, man. Honestly. And I wish nothing but the best for the dude. I like the dude in so many ways, but he doesn't know when to shut the fuck up. One country that you have a good audience in does not make you a worldwide leader. In terms of that, you are going to take way many more years to try to get to WWE to become a worldwide leader. I don't think Tony Khan knows what that means, guys. Do you know what that means to literally have the worldwide global presence that Tony Khan is talking about? Worldwide leader, you can't even pop 1 million in the U.S. with the talent that you have in the primetime television contract for 4 years. I just wish, this is my fucking Christmas wish list for next year. You ready? And I'm telling everybody this now because I want to put the mojo out in the air. This is my Christmas wish list for 2013, and I'm going to tell Santa Claus right now and hope that he gets on it right now. My wish list is that we can stop lying after these shows. I wish we all could have watched Dynamite last night, and when it was over, go, some good stuff, a lot of shit that they struggled through. Decent show, maybe, right? Of the mid, but you know what? I liked it. Okay, I liked it, right? Instead, we have to blow a fucking load on social afterwards and talk about how it's the best fucking show ever. I just wish we stopped lying because we will never get better, guys. Pro wrestling can't even get back to what. Even if the promoters start to do better, if the fans just lie all the time to themselves and to everybody else. If the fans are their own worst enemies, if the fans are their own fucking wall in front of them and they can't get past that wall, then pro wrestling's done anyway, man. You have a problem with the promoters, they don't understand, and the fans are just fucking bullshitting. We're honestly acting like this is pro wrestling in 2023. Just bangers! I just can't believe where we are at. I mean, to see people so excited after these fucking shows ejaculating because of bangers, guys. Bangers. And I'm like, okay, well, what did it lead to? Who was involved? Why should we care going forward? And there's no answer. There's nothing. There's nothing. There is no story, basically. And there's no reason to care about it afterward. We just saw two really good wrestlers wrestle. Thank goodness. I didn't know what I would do in life if I didn't see another good wrestling match. I can get the best fucking wrestling at the local bingo hall down the street. 7 fucking times a night, they'll put on great wrestling matches. This is a primetime entertainment show. I know that hurts your feelings. It's an entertainment show. And we're just watching sequences. Guys, that was a half an hour rant. I didn't want it to be. I wanted this whole stream to be a half an hour, to be honest. But that's just what it is. And as far as Mercedes Mone, man, now everybody's backtracking on that too. You know, the people that had BC's back and the people in the community that were like, oh, it's going to happen, right? All the teasing, right? The people that I thought in the community that were fucking reputable and they were cool. Now all of a sudden, it's okay, everyone. Don't worry. She's gonna get there one day, maybe. It's gonna be at a pay-per-view, maybe Revolution. Don't worry, guys. It doesn't make sense last night. Of course it doesn't make sense. It wasn't us that made it make sense. We were going off of the teasing. We were going off the vibe. We were going off the fact that nobody debunked it. Saraya and Tony Khan were playing it up to the last minute. That's why we chose LA in a weird tag team match. Nobody said it made sense. Nobody was rocking with it up front. This is what Tony Khan did. So no matter what happens at Revolution or down the line, it's not going to have the same impact. Because now it's the boy that cried wolf. Now it's just like, oh, we're doing the Sasha thing again. Mercedes might show up. Okay. This makes a little more sense. It's a pay-per-view. I guess she is going to, you know what I mean? It's not going to have the same impact now. It's not. And this is a pro Sasha channel. And I'll be cheering her on, and I'll be fucking loving what she does. But it lost its luster. You know? It's the fool me once, fool me twice scenario, man. It ain't going to happen. It lost its luster, and you can blame Tony Khan for that. Saraya just said in her latest interview right before Dynamite, she said, I've been asking around. Nobody will give me a straight answer. I asked my agent. I asked Tony, and Tony won't give me a straight answer if Saraya is going to be there Wednesday night. So, I mean, you know, now you have people like laughing at the people that thought Mercedes was going to show up. Motherfucker, half of you thought there was a good chance. You had people that talk fucking content that were saying the same shit. Now they're switching their tune. It's not a big deal. It doesn't matter. Let's sweep it under the rug. If it happens in the future, it happens. Let's talk about how amazing Dynamite was. What? This is huge, bro. This dude knew what he was doing, tried to pop a fucking rating, at least hit a mill. He should be at, again, at 1-2 bare minimum, but at least pop the mill, right? You're in LA, you got the Adam Cole return, you got the championship main event, you're fucking lying about Sasha, or at least not debunking it. I mean, you're gonna pop a million, right? He didn't even pop a million, guys. He didn't even pop a million, and nobody in this community wants to be honest but me. I'm supposed to follow along, and when the red light goes on and the mic goes on, I'm supposed to go, AEW is fucking fantastic. AEW is did you see the best show in the world last night? It happened. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to fucking ride with anybody. BC rides by himself, and then I got my fucking amplified unit. That's it. And we some badass motherfuckers. Smash the fuck out of human beings. Smash fucking skulls. That's what we fucking do. I don't walk behind anybody. I lead the fucking charge, and I start snapping spines. That's what we do in the amp unit. If this community was more honest, we'd have a better product. But guess what, guys? The truth is, you only have one person left in this community that's honest AF. And his name is BC Amplified. I'm all you got left in this community when it comes to truth. I'm the only one not fucking sucking on a fucking Triple H or a Tony Khan schlong. I'm the only one not trying to get employment. I'm the only one not fucking switching sides and saying one thing and talking on my fucking ass. I'm all you got left. Love me or hate me, it doesn't fucking matter anymore. I'm all the fuck you got. Moving on. That's my Christmas wish list, man. The community to be more fucking honest. Moving on, we'll talk more AEW in a little bit with FTR, but I want to get over to the Vince McMahon situation, man. This class action suit and what it all really means. And for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, and before we switch, my unit up in the chat, man. What's up, everybody? I see all you guys, man. I know we got a bunch of new members already, too. We've only been live 37 minutes. And by the way, I only gave you guys this time about 19 minutes notice again. People always say, BC, don't give us just 25 minutes of notice before you go live. Well, how's 19 minutes? But you guys are still rocking, man. Hundreds right now live on just 19 minutes of notice on a Thursday evening. And I know thousands you guys will be coming in after we go live. You guys smash that up, all right? Get that to 200 plus. I know I'm making people cry, right? People don't want to smash the up now. I'm mad at Beasley. He wasn't stroking the cock of AEW. I'm not going to press the like button. Beasley upset my feelings. Please don't be a whiny bitch. This is not the channel for whiny bitches. You'll be removed if you don't move yourself, I promise. I'll give you a das boot. I won't even think twice. So just don't be a whiny bitch on this channel. Smash the fucking up. I'm all you got left when it comes to truth. Whether you like me or not, whether you love me or not, smash the up. You're a part of the amp unit. Just admit it. And call it a fucking day, all right? So get that shit to 200 if you don't mind. Put your feelings aside. I'm telling the fucking truth. We all want to see AEW succeed, but we have to be honest. So thank you guys, man, and I'll be going over the super chats in just a little bit, and of course my roll call. Hopefully, man, if I don't fucking stay too long on this live stream, I'll do a roll call for my members. We just gained a bunch of new members as well. All right, guys. Hold on. Oh, we did get a bunch of new. Well, damn, man. We got a bunch of new members already, dude. I'll give you guys... Hopefully you guys make that list at the end. Lee Laws. And a bunch of other guys. Okay, hold on. 3 new members already. All right, cool. Guys, the Vince McMahon situation. So this is the deal. WWE Inc. Chief Vince McMahon, who returned to the company in early January after resigning amid a wave of sexual harassment allegations, is facing investor litigation over claims that he pushed aside the board to illegally install himself as chairman. A shareholder sued McMahon in Delaware's Chancery Court, accusing him of wielding his 81% voting control to oust 3 board members, replace them with loyalists, and of course that's Michelle and Barrios. Replace them with his loyalist and push through bylaw changes that would impose his will on the board and AEW. A spokesperson for McMahon and WWE didn't immediately respond after a respond to a request for comment Wednesday. So they did not respond. They have nothing to say right now. The dispute Tuesday comes about 6 months after McMahon stepped down as chairman and CEO in the face of the allegations that he had paid the $12 million over 15 years to keep a lid on sexual harassment accusations. McMahon's recent moves have reinserted him as the head of a WWE royal family he spent decades leading, both behind the scenes and on screen. His daughter Stephanie McMahon resigned as co-CEO and chairwoman Tuesday, and is married to another top exec, former WWE champion Paul Triple H Levesque. According to the proposed class action suit, McMahon timed his return to seize control of upcoming negotiations over the company's expiring media rights, the lifeblood of the business, and forced his way back by leveraging a threat to withhold support for any deal reached without his participation. But the move to, and I quote, take complete personal control over any major corporation decision by, and I quote, adding his cronies to the board violates Delaware law, the suit says. Now, Delaware is where all of the paperwork, the filings, the litigations, all of that comes out from WWE. That's their real headquarters for all of the filings, guys. It's not Stanford. That's the WWE headquarters. Delaware is where all your filings and your ranks are going to come from. That's why this lawsuit's coming out from there. So it is literally said, guys, you have to love that line, man. Listen to this line again, please. Let me get that line back. Listen to what this lawsuit, this class action suit, I love this line. The move, these are quotes in the suit. So this is what fucking McMahon and his legal team were sent by this person and their legal team. He tried to take complete personal control over any major corporation decision by adding his cronies to the board. I love how it's illegal. This is real paperwork. It's supposed to be a little bit more like, proper, official, a little bit more suit and tie-ish. There's got to be better wording, right? No. The legal team wanted them to know that these are Vince's cronies that he brought back. And they are, guys. They are. This is George Barrios, Michelle Wilson. You guys remember. I know you've seen many pictures of them over the years with Stephanie, with Paul, with Vince. That was the right-hand man and the left-hand woman of Vince McMahon for years and years. And isn't it funny how they were able to leave? They got great severances. They started a firm, became even more successful. And when Vince wanted them and needed them back, they all came back to take over WWE. This was all orchestrated by Vince McMahon for years. So you shouldn't be shocked that when he left on his own terms, he set up his puppet regime to take over just for him to come back and retake control of the company. I hope you guys understand what this is saying. He had this planned all along, and he came back, and I love this word, with his cronies. I just love how you don't even have to be a big wrestling fan to know who Michelle Wilson and George Barrios are. I love how the board members know exactly who they are. Those are Vince's bitches. Those are Vince's stooges. Those are Vince's cronies. Now, guys, there's a misconception here. Now, a lot of people think from the jump that this means that Vince will be removed from WWE because this is a class suit. It's not just one or two people. This is going to be issued as a class action. Class action means there's going to be other motherfuckers. Many. This is saying 100. So they're just talking about fucking shareholders and shit now. Anybody that has a piece of this shit has been lied to. They're going to open this up and have a class action suit. So this is going to be massive. Because of that, people think that this is going to remove Vince from power and WWE if he loses. That's not necessarily the case. In fact, what I see going on here is that no matter how this ends and Vince loses, if he does, he's just going to have to pay even more money. WWE will drop the ball on money. I don't see Vince being removed. I think they're going to be compensated. I do not think that the decision will be enough to remove VKM. I think he has all his ducks in a row. He's got the best legal team imaginable. And unfortunately, if you think this is going to remove him, I think this is more of a financial play. I think these people even know, whoever's going to be a part of this class action, even the lawyers, I think they know the end game is not going to be to move Vinnie Mac. Vinnie Mac is way too fucking vindictive, destructive. He's way too smart, even though we don't want to give him the credit. He knows what the fuck he is doing, man. He is an evil fucking genius. He really is. And if you think that this class action suit is taking him out of WWE for good, it's not going to happen. I see this ending out if he does lose. He's just going to have to pay a bunch of fucking money. And isn't that the case with all of Vince McMahon's blunders? He just ends up paying millions and millions of dollars unnecessarily for his stupidity. So an evil genius can still do a lot of stupid shit. It's almost like he gets bored and he needs to do stupid shit. But if I may go back into the class action suit, they are saying that he overstepped his bounds illegally by basically invading back into the company when he had no business doing that. Nothing legally supported him doing that. Now, that's not entirely accurate because he had the voting shares and because the way that he went out and who he appointed and what he needed to get back and what he could do. He had all his ducks in a row. He actually did it in a way where I don't see him being able to be removed by any legal team. He did it actually fucking brilliantly. Was it underhanded? Was it fucking shady? Was it fucked up? No doubt. But that's Vince McMahon. That's how he's been for decades. He doesn't care how he does shit. WWF what became what it was because he started fucking buying out territories and outplaying territories. He started to invade the territories. He started to take territories as top stars and bring them to WWF. He basically killed pro wrestling the way that it was. I mean, you talk about ruthless and not giving a fuck about who was able to put food on the table. He didn't care, bro. And if you think that was going to change after 30, 40, 50 years, that's not going to happen. That's not Vince. So he put his ducks in a row. He actually did this in a way where I don't think anybody's going to be able to remove him. But they're saying that the way that he did that, and he didn't give any notice, he didn't wait for a 24-hour period for his... because there is some legalities that you have to give to your board, to your shareholders, some notice, and he just didn't want to wait. He said, you blocked me? I'm giving you 24 hours now. I'll be in that office. And that's basically what Vince did. So they found every little thing that Vince maybe didn't do accurately, and that's what they based the class action suit on. And bringing in Michelle and bringing in Barrios, this action suit is correct. Those are his cronies, and he absolutely planned this perfectly. I just don't see any way where they're going to say he illegally did it. I don't see how a judge is going to be able to decide that. So that's the latest on it, guys. Anybody that thinks this is going to be the knockout blow for Vince, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I got to be honest. This looks more like a money play. I think the lawyers know that. I think they know they can cash in big. If Vince McMahon gets beat here in WWE, then it's going to be a huge payday. But I don't see that Vince McMahon is going to be fucking ousted, guys. So that's the latest. And I'm usually right with this shit, so we will see. We will see. I will be fucking shocked if this was able to knock out Vince McMahon. FTR, I want to talk about them real quick as well. If you don't mind, and this might have to have a few quotes, possibly. Maybe I can do it without quotes. But FTR is talking about how, yeah, they quite possibly have real heat backstage. I'm like, you think? You can't make the CM Punk Phil Brooks comments when you know that a lot of that locker room does not like Phil Brooks. And And then they go and they just totally just go like, oh, we like Phil and Phil's been good to us and we're buddies. And I just wish that everybody could talk like adults and it would be a better company and it would be better for wrestling, is what Dax is saying. So let's jump into that if you don't mind, because that's not exactly totally accurate, because Phil Brooks coming back to AEW, guys, would actually not be best for AEW. If you think about it, it wouldn't be best for Phil Brooks. That's not shade, but I say this all the time. Phil Brooks, his body can't do wrestling anymore. He had 2 major injuries in the year that he was there. Also, minor injuries up the fucking wazoo. He told you in the All Out, I'm grumpy, I'm older, I'm miserable, I'm hurt, I'm in pain. He had a broken fucking bone again. This dude was just, his body gave up on him. I don't see what coming back another year older is going to help out. Furthermore, the locker room morale would just go right back to even keel at bare minimum, because half the locker room at least just doesn't gel with Brooks. Jericho's the locker room leader. He doesn't want this guy anywhere near AEW. I don't understand how Phil Brooks coming back to AEW is going to help everybody. It didn't even pop a rating. The ratings were even keel. MJF was beating him half the time. That's not shade. I don't understand why people think AEW needs Phil Brooks. You want to see Phil Brooks break his body even more? The guy can't wrestle anymore. It's sad. No matter how many times he tries a buckshot lariat, next time he's probably going to fall on his head. He's never really been athletic anyway. But the fact that his body's given out on him, I don't understand what people would want on this. I just wish that Dax would relax on that. I don't know. Dax is it's. I mean, how much can you suck up to Phil Brooks? I have no idea. I really don't understand. Like, what's the end game here? Like, sticking up for your friend is one thing, but in this interview, he literally says like, he's alluding that like CM Punk got upset because he kept talking about it. He literally says, hopefully I can get this quote. He says, let me get this up, guys. Hold on, because I really would like to get this quote. He says he addressed upsetting people with his latest takes. Hardwood discussed a variety of topics. Hold on, this is giving me... I really would like a quote here. He said... So for some of the people that are upset with me, I wonder why they're upset, because all I did was paint a company that I'm in love with or that I believe in a positive light. All I did was paint a few people that were in the news a positive light, because at the core, I believe that they are all good people, but I guess some people weren't happy that I was maybe expressing the true human being that Punk is. That's your vision of it. How he treated you. He put you into his little circle like a German Shepherd would do. That's great. Most people, he does not interact with that way. We heard and saw that in WWE. So you can't say that he's this type of human being when everybody else is painting a different picture. He says, I guess some people weren't happy that I was expressing this about Punk, or maybe they were unhappy that I was expressing the true human beings that the Young Bucks or Kenny or whoever was. Maybe that's it too. He says, I hope honestly that CM Punk does not get upset with me about this. I hope that AEW doesn't get upset with me, but I was just trying to get everybody together and make things better. Well, that's not going to make things better, bro. And he acknowledges that people are upset with him backstage. Now, who is that? I mean, do the math, guys. Obviously, that's going to be Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, maybe Tony Khan, the way they've been booked. I mean, the whole way before this, they weren't even on fucking Dynamite ever. They were never winning tag team matches on Dynamite. So, Tony Khan was never really high on them anyway. But I think a lot of Chris Jericho, I bet you Chris Jericho cannot stand them right now. I mean, do the math. But, I just wish Dax would realize that we understand that you like this guy, right? But when everybody else is saying, dude, this was just horrible for our locker room. This was bad for business. He talked shit about us on that fucking media scrum like we were piss ants. And then he fucking challenged us to a fight afterwards. It's like, what is this fucking guy do? And then he said, I'm trying to run a business? Like, what is happening here? You know, Dax has to look at it from every which way, man. But to everybody that thinks Punk and AEW have to get back together, what is it gonna do? It wasn't popping that big at all of a rating. MJF was winning half the time in the ratings. He was breaking shit left and right when he did wrestle. Always in pain. His body, he says this all the time, his body was just fucked after 1 year in AEW. And he only wrestled a handful of times, basic. The locker room was in turmoil. I don't understand what bringing Phillip Brooks to AEW would accomplish, guys. I'm trying to wonder. I'm trying to wonder what Phillip Brooks... Some of you guys are saying it was a better rating than it is now. No, it wasn't. It's at a 9.67. It was not at a better rating. A couple times they popped the mill. Okay, they did that a bunch of times without Punk even on the show. I mean, come on, guys. What do you mean it was better? They've never consistently hit 1 million. I think their big streak was, 3 weeks in a row, I believe? What they're at right now, they were at December 14th, by the way. Not 950, I think. 951 was December 14th's rating. They're at a 967 now. And that was in LA with the fucking possible Mercedes, the buzz anyway of Mercedes. That was with the title main event. That was with fucking Hangman and Mox. It was with fucking Adam Cole's return. And they couldn't even pop a mill. They got 967. CM Punk, there was many shows, do you guys realize, where CM Punk was under 950? There was a couple where they were in the 800,000s, more than a couple. I'm just being honest, guys. They were not better. They're the same. It's the same thing with Phillip Brooks or not. I think we all can admit it was a fail. Unfortunately, it was a fail. A lot of money went into this failed experiment. It didn't even play out. He didn't even get to do the full 3 years. He was miserable. His body was breaking down. The locker room was imploding. Tony Khan was looking like a fucking deer in headlights every time Punk would get a microphone. Like, oh, fuck, what do? I can't shut him up. He owns me. No, Tony, you own him company-wise, bro. What are you doing, dude? I don't understand it, guys. I really don't. Ah, man, I really don't, dude. And FTR also, man, what I do appreciate is they came right after Road Dogg. Right after Road Dogg, they said, we don't see eye to eye with him. We don't trust Road Dogg. Ever since, like, when they started out, there was just this weird vibe. And then they had this match. I forgot who they said it was with. But from that point on, Road Dogg would just give him like side eye, and they just didn't fully trust Road Dogg. And I love that. Road Dogg is just fucking he can be just pathetic. Not as bad as Bully Ray's takes in pro wrestling, but Road Dogg has some of the worst takes in pro wrestling, bro. Worst. Like saying he was a better wrestler than fucking Bret Hart or a better entertainer or whatever he said. No, you weren't, bitch. Bret Hart didn't have to go, oh, you didn't know? To pop a fucking audience, bro. Bret Hart's promos were very real. Bret Hart was the shit back in the day, dude. People fucking it's so unjustified to lump Bret Hart in like the Lance Storm categories and say he had no charisma. Bret Hart was more than believable. When Bret Hart was going to the ring, it was big. I can't tell you how many times Bret Hart storylines with the matches had me on the edge of my fucking seat. I can't tell you how many times. Because back then, guys, we didn't just get bangers for no reason with no real storyline. Back then, we got storylines with characters we cared about. For instance, Bret the Hitman Hart versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, WrestleMania. You remember the double turn? You remember the storyline going into the match? And then we got the banger? The banger! I hate that fucking word. Yeah, it had a storyline. So that was the Stone Cold Bret Hart storyline. Do you guys remember Bret Hart and the British Bulldog? SummerSlam 92? Do you guys remember the storyline? The internal family feud? You remember the finish when Bulldog won the title, and there's his sister, Bret Hart's sister, Diana, struggling between her husband and her brother. The storyline, guys. The whole family was in on that. Bret Hart and Jerry Lawler, you remember the storyline, not just the fucking matches. And you guys can think of so many more. Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. You have 5 different stories to choose from there. WrestleMania 12 is just one of the great ones where you had the boyhood dream, right, of Shawn Michaels, and Bret Hart has to play the blocker, the goalie on that shit. I can think of so many Bret Hart matches that had storylines that I will never forget, and I will go back and watch 1,000 more times. That's what we used to do back in the day. We had stories that you could never forget. Stories that were so epic that you had to see the match because it was going to be fucking phenomenal. I cannot tell you Road Dogg matches. If I do, it's probably going to be with fucking Billy Gunn as the New Age Outlaws. And I can't even tell you a bunch of those matches. Maybe because of how fucking zany it was, Chainsaw Charlie and Cactus Jack, and I think that's because 2 people were being thrown off the fucking edge in a dumpster off the fucking rampway. That's the only reason I remember. I can't tell you a lot about Road Dogg. He's just the guy that's saying, all I want to do is be alone with my baby tonight. You know I got you wrapped around my little finger, cause you know that I'm a better man if I am with her. I can't wait to be alone with my baby tonight. Right? That's all he did. He was Jeff Jarrett's bitch and did the Baby Tonight song. Now, if you're a younger fan, you don't even know what the fuck BC's talking about. But all you gotta do is Google Jeff Jarrett with My Baby Tonight. And that was actually fucking Road Dogg singing the song. I don't know anything else that Road Dogg did in this fucking industry, but a few weeks ago, over a month ago, whatever it was, he gets on his little fucking show and he says, I think I'm a way better entertainer than Bret Hart. He can wrestle good, but I'm a better entertainer. No, usually BC would be right there with you, right? It takes a lot more than just wrestling good to be larger than life and to be captivating. Usually I agree. The problem is you couldn't be more wrong. Bret Hart was believable in everything he did. You guys remember the Canadian storyline? When he turned heel, he played the Canadian shit beautifully. I mean, you believed it. The audiences every Monday night were electric to see what was going to happen with Bret Hart and that Canadian faction when they came across Shawn Michaels or anybody else. I mean, goosebumps just thinking about it. Bret Hart checked off every fucking box, you fucking idiot. So anyway, my point is, to hear FTR unload on Road Dogg, I gotta give a salute. Because anytime someone takes a shit on Road Dogg, BC's all here for it. Brett versus VKM, that was WrestleMania. That was after the whole incident from Survivor Series. Yep, you guys remember fucking a lot of Bret Hart shit, man. Yep. Guys, I kept you here over an hour and I didn't even get to the super. So thank you so much, man. To the hundreds that have been live with BC. Over 200 on the ups, even though I know I pissed a lot of people off, right? No, BC was so mean to my federation today, man. He really laid into my company, man. Tough shit. Please don't be a whiny bitch. Just understand that everything I'm saying is fucking true. So there's nothing more I can say. So that should easily be over 250, but apparently I made people cry. You're so fucking mean, man. Dynamite was the best Dynamite in the world last night, man. CM Punk has to come back, Beasley. Vince McMahon is not going to be sued, Beasley, right? Every company's pissed off at BC right now, right? We laid into Vince McMahon again. We laid into fucking Dynamite not being as great as everybody claimed it was last night. So I have every company, every fan is going to be upset with BC, and I fucking love it. I'm a natural born heel, motherfuckers. To my unit, guys, everybody, so long, man. Thank you for stopping by and hanging out with BC for an hour. I truly appreciate every single one of you, even if I did make you cry. And until next time, salute. If anybody wants to stick around for a little bit more, I'm gonna read some super chats, so I'll stick around a few extra minutes, man. But to everybody that's gonna take off, thanks for stopping by and hanging out with BC for an hour. We'll have more videos, obviously, throughout the week, man. SmackDown's coming up too, so Saturday for sure. But maybe I'll have some bonus content tomorrow as well. Much love and respect, everybody. We'll check you. All right, so for those of you guys that want to stick around, man, I'm going to stick around for a little bit more and we'll hang out and I'll go over some super chats if you don't mind. If I can find or put them up on the bigger screen, that would be fucking awesome. Hold on. Check you guys. We'll see you again, man. We'll see you down the road, all right? No, Big Name's got the tear buckets out. I love it. There you go, guy. Now you can cry somewhere. See that? If BC made you cry, you can cry. Big Name's guy. My amplified unit is rock stars, bro. I got the best fucking unit in the world, dude. We got my units coming out with the tear buckets. We're helping everybody out. See that? We're the best. You guys rock. This has been on 19 minutes of notice, too. We rock this one, guys. All right, so let me go to the beginning where Colin with a 199 says, I hate to say it, but I told you. Hi, Colin, you rocked it out, brother. You know, we know what's happening 10 miles before it actually happens, and that's one of the problems with pro wrestling. Colin, no doubt, dude. Christopher Blackshear, 199. VKM thinks he's God since he beat God in a match. Bro, that's one of those moments where I truly think he went to bed with the biggest smile on his fucking face, bro. I beat God. Who did that, man? Somebody sent a super chat. I think it was yesterday about the Joey Styles fucking. Remember the Joey Styles promo? He mocks God. Oh man, that's great, man. He mocks God. Christopher Blackshear, Miles Angel, who had a 50 banger bomb last night, man. Hopefully, I'm glad that I made your travels last night a little bit more enjoyable, man, and it entertained you during your fucking journey back home. Miles Angel. Miles with a 1999 says Tony Khan was out here ratings baiting last night. Oh, no doubt. With the side, yeah. I mean, he had plenty of chances to debunk it. He went for the home. That's fine. He went under. It's shady. It's underhanded. But hey, man, when you're trying to at least hit that million, and Tony Khan tells you that every time they hit a million, Tony goes on his social and he thanks everybody and he goes on a fucking victory lap. So that's another reason why we don't just make up the number a million. I mean, Tony knows that's his. He knows he wants the bare minimum 1.2. He knows he can't get that, so he's just going for that one. But yeah, he did anything necessary for that. He put Adam Cole in the Q2. I think he would have been better off putting him in Q1 and putting Hangman and Mox in Q2. But he flipped it and he started with a banger, and it's clear that's not the winning formula. But he pulled out all these fucking stops, and he just didn't do it effectively, and it backfired in some cases, and he did not clinch the million. So he tried the ratings bait, but it didn't work. So, yeah, Miles Angel, he tried. It backfired, man. Miles Angel with a 999 says, would be crazy if the Jaguars win the Super Bowl this year. WWE would low-key have to give Tony Khan a WWE belt. I seen James Ellsworth say that on Instagram. That is funny, dude. What Miles Angel is saying is every time a team wins, it could be Major League fucking baseball, hockey, NBA, NFL, sometimes UFC, boxing. If it's a big matchup or fight, the WWE sends them a title belt, especially for NFL Super Bowl winners. Could you imagine if Vince McMahon has to send a title to Tony Khan? Miles Angel, I didn't even think about that, bro. Salute, man. And I know that came from, you said, who? James Ellsworth. But thanks for fucking making BC think. I don't know if I want to think about that, actually. Jimmy Fingers is up in here, man. 519, 519, and 519. Jimmy Fingers 19 throwing fucking coffees at the wall now. Good to see you, Jimmy Fingers 19. They will dip to the 700s in viewership next week now that TK has to face his credibility. Was the ratings grab worth it? Well, that's what I'm thinking, Jimmy Fingers 19, is he threw everything at the wall. It was just ineffective, and he didn't even hit the million. I mean, do they drop backwards next week? Because nothing on this show made us go, shit, we have to tune in next week. So are they able to bounce from this over a million next week, or do they go backwards? Because people are like, dude, what the fuck was that? That could be, man. Jimmy Fingers 19. And by the way, you brought up a good point, Jimmy Fingers 19. If they dip into like 800s, JR9, are you still in here? JR9 Gaming. Did NXT pull 700K this week? I think I saw. Before I keep going, I want somebody to confirm this. I'm done typing, so I'm not gonna fucking look this up myself. I got my unit here. JR9, NXT got 700,000 fucking viewers, bro. So if AEW dips back into the 800s, which is where they were just 3 fucking weeks ago-ish, whatever it was, you're talking now, I mean, everybody was dogging out, shitting on NXT. You're talking about a brand that's now at 700. If they dip anywhere backwards, if they dip into the 8s, bro, if you're going to shit on NXT, you best be shitting on AEW as well then. So I thought I saw 7. They've been able to reach now into the 7s. If NXT continues an upswing and AEW goes backwards, guys, they're going to be within 100 to 150K from one another. JR9, thank you for that. I thought I saw that, man. I was like, damn, they hit 700K? What the fuck? And they didn't even have bells and whistles and shit. Jimmy Fingers 19, 519. BC, I saw those talking heads praising last night's show too. I don't need to name names, but we all know who they are. I was dumbfounded reading that shit. Jimmy Fingers 19, yeah, and I don't mean any one or even 2 people, actually. I mean, I saw this across the board. So that's why I won't even name names, because everyone thinks I'm talking about 1 or 2 people usually. No, whenever I'm this fucking amped, it's several motherfuckers that are talking out of their ass and not being truthful, that are reputable in the industry or at least the community or on platforms like this. And it's like, what are you saying, man? Are you that dumb, or do you just have an ulterior motive that you're going with that nobody knows about or just is dumbfounded by? But you got to think that these people cannot be that stupid to spew that type of shit out of their mouth. But Jimmy Fingers 19, you probably know a few of them. Jimmy Fingers 19 also says, BC, I actually took your advice and watched the neighbors doing flips on their trampolines before school. Sadly, it was more entertaining than the main event. Hey, Jimmy Fingers 19, you want to know the sad truth? The fucking kids doing the flips and dives on their trampoline in the backyard, they probably sell more than the actual wrestlers on these shows. Boom! Jimmy Fingers 19. Sad, funny, but pathetically the truth. Jimmy Fingers 19. Always good to see you up in here, man. Thanks for the coffees, dude. Kevin MD's up in here with a 10 spot. What up, guy? I got cold sweats from too much coffee. Laugh my ass off. Kevin MD, I think I'm on like number 7 right now after this live stream. I got to head out into the world. I think it's still storming, so we got to head out. I'm going to be double fisting a Dunkin' straight up extra and probably another pistachio latte from Starbucks. So I'll be double fisting, and that'll be number 8 and number 9. I'll have a couple more before bed. So yeah, I hear you, bro. I'm sure I'm fucking chemically imbalanced from all the caffeine I intake, but it's kind of how I'm wired now. Kevin MD, good to see you up in here, man. Miles Angel with another $9.99 says, does anyone in these wrestling companies even try to peer review their scripts for the show? Sad that I wouldn't even go back and watch these shows like I did back in the day. No, the answer is no, Miles. And you're exactly, I've been saying that nonstop more than ever recently. If you ever want to gauge how good a show is, ask yourself, will I go back and watch a couple of these segments again? Because if you're going to say the show, right, because AEW, let's just say it again, man. I hate to fucking harp on this, but we got to use last night's show as an example, because we were live for last night's show. And when it ended, we all came to the conclusion that it was a mid show, right? Not necessarily good, not necessarily bad. It was mid. There was a lot of shit that should have been and could have been better, and just a lot was just not utilized correctly. There was teases that didn't come to fruition. There was just a lot of shit just off-balanced. But we said it was mid. All right, some people will say it's decent, some will say it's good. But so many motherfuckers acting and saying that this was excellent, perfect, flawless, literally the best AEW of their fucking run thus far. AEW Dynamite, the best in months. I started to see everything across the board from some of the dumbest fucking schmucks, and I couldn't help but think, what the fuck are we saying? Ask yourself, if this was the flawless show, if last night was flawless and perfect, the best AEW show ever, if this was it, what are you going back and watching again? Come on. You ain't watching any of it. The best moment was Adam Cole saying he's back because it's a feel-good moment. You're not going back and watching the whole fucking 9 minutes again. And what the fuck was that? I mean, he just says, I'm back. Yeah, we were happy for him. It's a good feel-good moment. I doubt you're going back and watching the fucking promo. But what are you going to watch? Hangman and Mox? That wasn't good enough to watch a second time. Takeshita and Bryan Danielson? I mean, people were jizzing over this match, calling it the banger of bangers. What? The 14-minute trios fucking number 7 match? 14 minutes to see as many flips and dives as humanly possible. It was like they were trying to break the Guinness Book of World Records. You know what BC came to the conclusion in my amplified unit last night? We wouldn't go back and watch any of these segments. So how the fuck was it perfect, flawless, and the best show ever? Stop it. Stop it. Stop being stupid. Just stop. Stop. It won't be tolerated on this fucking channel, I assure you. But just stop. Stop. Just say it was a mid-show. Just be honest with yourself. And then we can come together and try to help so maybe AEW does put on flawless shows in the future. But if you're going to lie and say that was flawless, perfect, and the best show ever, and nobody gives a fuck about anything that happened on it, well, then guess what? Aside from maybe Adam Cole, well, guess what? It can't ever progress. It can't ever go forward in a positive way. It can't, because the fans will keep fucking lying. Tony will see it. Tony will mark out from what he's reading. I'm putting together bangers? Let's keep doing that. And it's a vicious fucking circle and cycle. Miles Angel, no fucking doubt, man. Dante Jarren 23, 199. The IWC is delusional. That show was not good. And Dante Jarren 23, I'm willing to move the goalpost a little bit and say, hey, if you want to call it good, that's fine. I just ask that you don't call it flawless, perfect, exquisite, excellent, the best show ever. Stop. Stop. What? I watched the whole thing. With hundreds of people, we all came to the same conclusion. I know we're a microcosm of a larger picture, but we were like, what happened to the second hour especially? Main event was so fucking bad. 14 minutes? I mean, you're trying to get the Guinness Book of World Records. How many flips and dives can you do in 14 minutes? How much no-selling can you possibly display in one match in 14 minutes? That's all you did, man. Dante Jarren 23, I was mind-boggled, but I probably shouldn't be, because this community talks out of their ass 99.99% of the time like a Clorox wipe. DB for life, 5 spot. I just don't get it, BC. Watching both of these companies is like watching gymnastics. How long until they start getting injured? It's happening now. I watched that main event with everybody last night, and I was just, I'm like, dude, why are they putting their bodies through this? This is so stupid. Just to hear this is awesome and a match that nobody's going to go back and watch ever again. Like, they're just like fucking spot fest monkeys at this point. They're literally nothing more than a fucking teenage gymnast heading into the Olympics. I don't understand today's wrestling at all. I tried, and it just made things hurt. And to see everybody just fucking jizz over the word banger. I mean, we overuse it to a fucking nauseating point. Every match these days, we go on social and go, banger! Oh my God, what a banger! And I literally am like, what a DFS, man. What a dumb fuck schmuck. What a clown. Nowadays, when I see banger, I don't even engage. There's no conversation you can have with somebody who claims everything's a banger these days. There's no conversation. You just got to walk the other way, because you'll just make your head hurt. My advice to all of you, Amp Unit, is when you come across people that use the word banger to describe how awesome wrestling is today, just go the other way. Don't even engage with them. There's no winning. Those are the problems in pro wrestling. They're not the solution to make a better product. The people that say the word banger, those are the problems in pro wrestling. Trust me. DB for life, I don't understand it. I don't even want to anymore. Dave Mealy, $9.99. Dave Mealy says, speaking of bangers, Sheamus and Drew are now called the Banger Brothers. Didn't the WWE learn their lesson from their Submission Sisters fiasco? LOL. They took a lot of shit from that this week. I wouldn't doubt if they get the name change this week. But yeah, everybody was like, are they really changing their name and putting a tag team name on them? The fucking Banger Bros. Like, what are we doing? And then we got to listen to Sheamus every week. Go, banger, have to 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 banger. Dave, I don't know, man. Miles Angel 999. Tony Khan treats his company like Pokemon. I swear. Like, bro, really is trying to catch them all. Wacko signs everybody. Wacko signs everybody. He is, man. It's like, gotta catch them all, man. I'll take a shitta. I'll take AR Fox. I'll take BL Fox. I'll take CT Fox. I'll take Action Andretti. I'll sign this motherfucker. What's his name? Danny Dipshit Dugenheimer. I'll take this guy. What's your name? Fuckwad Fred. I'll take you. What's your name? Luigi Lugnuts. I'll take you. What are you, little man? Paulie Walnuts. I'll take you. What's your name? You look like you can do a Canadian destroyer off of a ladder. You can? I want to sign you. What's your name? Skidmark Sampson? Come on over, Skidmark Sampson. Excuse me, sir. Yes? Tony? Are you Tony Khan? Yes, I am. My name's Timmy, and this is my friend Jerry. And we've been practicing in our yard. Our mom lets us jump on the trampoline. We've been doing backflips. We can show you. We'd love to work in your organization. Wait, you can do backflips? Yes, Tony. Me and my friend Jerry, we can do backflips. We do it on my mom's trampoline. Well, I don't even need to see it. You're signed. You're absolutely signed. We can put you in a match with Penta and Rey Fenix in 2 weeks if you're ready. Oh my, if I just gotta ask my mom. This is amazing, Tony. I won't let you down. We're gonna work on the backflips even more now. Maybe I can even do a hurricanrana. I'll try. Tony, I'll keep in touch. Oh, it's true. It's true. You're going to see fucking Timmy and Jerry debuting in AEW soon. The guy doesn't care how many people he brings in. Guy will have a 200-man roster. And you'll still be seeing Action Andretti, Dan Garcia, fucking the Dante brothers. Miro will still be like, boss, can I come to work anytime? I mean, it's 2025. You've kept me home for 4 years. I wouldn't mind, like, at least wrestling once more before I fucking, I don't know, die. Andrade's over there. You see Andrade's last message? Andrade just put bye. Andrade's like, I'm out of here, bro. I'm not getting this phone call. I'm not going to be used. Lance Archer is like, what the fuck, man? At least put me, I know I got a little knee injury and shit, but like, just put me on TV. I came up with 5. You hear Lance Archer? He said, I came up with 5 storylines that he could use me. And so far, Tony hasn't called me. He's got so many people, dude. And he keeps hiring more people. All of this talent. And instead, we're like, wow, take a shit up, put on a banger. Miles Angel. Tony Khan treats his company like Pokemon. Too funny. He's got to catch them all. He wants to be the very best, like no Vince ever could. Josiah Cooper, 999. Salute, BC. Oh, you want to salute BC? I got to give you a proper salute. Josiah Cooper, salute right back to you. Salute BC. TK needs to hire some creative minds to help with the stories because it's clear TK thinks stories involves bangers. It's all he knows. There's no doubt that Tony Khan has a great roster that can put on good matches. That's not pro wrestling, man. That's not what made most of us fall in love with pro wrestling, man. None of us fell in love with pro wrestling because the dudes in their underwear put on good sequences. We did it because we were captivated by larger-than-life characters and storylines that were left us on the edge of our seat. We had to get the pay-per-view. Even when you were a kid, you were like, Ma, please, come on, Ma, let's get the pay-per-view. It's only $30. You had to see the culminating moments in matches because the storylines and the characters just made you fucking beg for that pay-per-view. There's none of that anymore. There's no storylines, guys. There's nothing. Don't even tell me MJF and Brian Danielson is a storyline. It's not. It's the crony thing. I'm going to put an obstacle in front of you, and you got to get through that. And in middle of February, if you got through all my obstacles, and then I'll put on a match. It's the same thing we always see. And that's my boy, MJF. He's one of the best wrestlers today because he checks off every box. But, I mean, even I am saying that's not even a storyline that would captivate me. And I know you guys so much. It's not just BC. I know you guys tell me the same fucking thing. It's fucking pathetic. There's no storylines. WWE is not that much better with storylines. They only have two, and that's people that have been doing their own fucking shit. They just need to be signed off. Bray Wyatt, Roman Reigns. And Roman can thank Sami Zayn for that. And Bray is just a fucking creative genius. But you take those storylines out, and WWE wouldn't be much better. Josiah Cooper, no question, man. DB for life, 10 spot. DB for life says, I ambushed the like button, choking the life out of it. Not even Strike Force. Junkyard Dog, Jake Roberts, and the British Bulldogs couldn't help. Then Jim Duggan hit me with the 2x4. Ho! BC, I know you remember this. I know all of them, bro. You're bringing me right back to the fucking day, bro. Of course. Hey, DB for life. First of all, thanks for smashing that up. Choking that shit out, making that shit tap out. Maybe you were 270. We're headed toward 300 on the ups, even though this has been a hard-hitting, truth-filled live stream. I know I made a lot of people cry, and I said a lot of things that people disagree with and don't like. Tough shit. Everything I've said has been nothing but fucking facts. So thank you for being one of the many that are leading us to 300 live on 19 minutes of notice. And number two, you brought up the British Bulldogs, DB for life. Do you remember when they used to bring an actual bulldog to the ring? That's when characters mattered, man. That's when characters were fun because they had a lot of layers to their character. You were fascinated by them. Let's look at DB for life and the people that he named. Jake the Snake Roberts. This dude came to the ring with an actual fucking snake, a python, and later in his career, a cobra. Junkyard Dog would come to the ring with an actual fucking chain around his neck. The British Bulldogs would come to the ring with a bulldog. Hacksaw Duggan would come to the ring with a fucking hacksaw. 2x4, I should say. 2x4. $1 Million Man's got $1 million fucking belt. IRS has a fucking briefcase. It was so awesome. Macho Man has his scepter because he was the Macho King. Oh, yeah, you think you got what it takes, but the cream rises to the crop. Yeah. And the Macho Man's going to tell you, Elizabeth, you sit right there. You don't go anywhere, Elizabeth. You hear me? You don't go anywhere. Yeah, the Macho Man is just getting started. Yeah. Everybody just had layers to their character, man. Characters were larger than life. Even the mid-card talent. I just named you mid-card. That was mid-card, guys. Sadly. You guys probably don't even know that. Jake Roberts was considered mid-card back then. One of my favorites, the Big Boss Man, was actually considered mid-card with his fucking nightstick. If you ever took a trip down the Cobb County, Georgia, better watch your step or you'll be serving hard time. He carries a big stick, a ball and chain too. If you're looking for trouble, he'll be coming after you. You'll serve hard time. That was my favorite, man. That was his theme song, by the way. You know, for years, he didn't even have theme music. Finally, one day, Vince is like, I gotta give you music. These were mid-carders, bro. Even Junkyard. You know, they could have been main event. Yeah, possibly. But it didn't even matter. Back then, they always had storylines. They didn't even need to be in the title picture, guys. I say this all the time on this channel like a broken record. Sorry, gold members, you already know what I'm about to say. Big Boss Man nails, Big Boss Man Mountie. How many Big Boss Man matches have I told you guys? I fucking captivated me left and right. This guy was in the mid-card. Jake Roberts was a fucking one of the best mid-card. Always had a storyline. Anyway, DB for life. No doubt, bro. Chris Murray, 5 spot. I was me, WWE Universe. It was me all... you're doing the Vince McMahon? It was me, WWE Universe. It was me all along. That's God, pal. You're all fired. I had to do that in the Vince voice there, Chris. Great to see you so many times in quick succession, bro. Much love. I'm glad I could do a lot of live streams this week. I'm glad I could deliver a lot of content. There was a lot of news this week. And I just know that there's a lot of people that are going to give you either false information, bad information, or just talk out of their ass. And I just couldn't let you guys... go through that. I had to be there for you guys now more than ever. So I'm glad that you guys are really enjoying the content. I'm glad I can entertain you while dropping the truth bombs. So Chris, I got to thank you too, brother. Appreciate it, man. Unique Butterfly, 5-spot. Supernatural is ruining wrestling, but is perfectly fine with having Charlie win the title after a 7-month hiatus. Mind you, via a fruit roll-up. Exactly, Unique. We're going to blame Bray Wyatt. We're going to blame Alexa Bliss for pro wrestling being on life support. Everybody wants to give a fucking an easy pass to Charlotte coming back, winning a 1-minute match with Ronda, fruit roll-up. Everybody wants to give a pass to everything that fucking AEW does. Well, they didn't tease Sasha. It wouldn't make sense anyway. Wait till the pay-per-view. No. Just let it be. I know he just tried to get a ratings pipe and pop and hype it up. Let's not even talk about Mercedes. Let's talk about the bangers that we saw, basically. Nobody wants to be honest, Unique Butterfly. We'll just blame Alexa Bliss for all the problems. It was Alexa! It was Bruce Pritchard! It was Alexa! Stop it. Fucking stop. Unique Butterfly with a 2-spot says, that's funny. I just brought up Bruce. Unique Butterfly, 2-spot. It's Bruce's fault Mercedes didn't show up. All right? It's always got to be fucking either Alexa or Bruce Pritchard to some of these fucking weirdos. Too funny, man. Well, now we had some more. That was like the first crop, and then there was a bunch more, actually. You know what? Well, guess what? I'll stay a few extra minutes because there was even more, and I got to make sure I get to everybody. Ron C, 23, 199. BC always just gives us facts, and it still rocks. Rocket ship to the top. Ron C23, I appreciate those words, man. It's all I know how to do, man. It's either facts or I won't do the channel anymore. I have to just talk the truth. I'm gonna piss off a lot of people. I'm gonna make a lot of fans cry because I'm not giving them what they want to hear. I totally get that, right? Fans want to tune in and they want what they like and what they think is great and amazing. They want their podcaster to say the same thing, or else they're a negative meanie. Well, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to tell you the fucking truth because right now wrestling is on life support. The numbers are telling you that. And BC is trying to help it. If you want to lie, you're part of the problem, not the solution. Ron C23, thanks, brother. Miles Angel, 499. Give Tony Khan a tier bucket, too. He was so in his feelings back then. He took down videos. Yeah, well, he was taking down a bunch of shit back in the day. Man, you guys never forgot that. Huh? You guys are really sour about that, too. You would think it would be the creators that are pissed more. That's just how a lot of the AEW suits and ties, and especially Tony Khan are. They're really like... there's this big immaturity in them that they can't stand when people are trying to help. They think they have all the answers. And how dare you, Dre? You don't tell me the answers. I already have the answers. Yeah, DB for life, 5-spot. My favorite Bret Hart moment was when he broke up a match with Owen and Bulldog, and he cut a fantastic promo and brought back the Hart Foundation. I remember that clear as day. And DB for life, you can't say that too loud, though, because Road Dogg might hear that, and he'll be like, "Nuh-uh, Bret didn't cut good promos." Nuh-uh, DB for life. Me, Road Dogg, I'm better than Bret. Strict Tango, 2-spot. Can you do my time theme impression just like the game? Can you do the my time theme impression? Strict Tango, what was the my time? Was that Triple H's old theme music? I forgot how it went. How does the my time? What was the fucking wording in that? I even forgot how that began. That was the before the game, right? Can you do the my time theme impression just like the game? What I forgot the words, to be honest. Otherwise, I would. I honestly forgot it, guys. Strict Tango. If anybody remembers it, I'd like to be reminded. I don't know. If anybody remembers, I'll try to do it, Strict Tango. Deal? Big Time Baxter, 179. And the TK hasn't done 1 mil since October 5th, nearly 4 months ago. Oh, I didn't even know that, man. I mean, I got it somewhere in my notes, but I didn't even go back to look at that before this live stream. So it's been 4 months before the guy's even popped the mill. He put everything in the last night, or so we think. I don't think he did. If he did, he would have popped 1.213. But he fucking, yeah, there's a reason he didn't get 1 million last night. and he threw so much at the wall. It was just ineffective. Big time Baxter. No fucking doubt. Is that all it is? My time, my time, my time? Oh, was it? Yeah, it was like Rocker though, right? Like, my time, my time, my time. Wasn't it like that? I think it was, man. I think it's coming back to me a little bit. My time, my time, my time. I'm starting to sound like Chris Jericho, bro. DJ is a prodigy, 199. People tried to argue that the hammer was festery. Festery? Did I read that right? Festery? Yeah, wasn't that my time? My time? My time? I remember that shit, bro. 240, man. DJ's a prodigy. Are you still in the chat? What do you mean? The people tried to argue that the hammer was festery. What is festery? I don't think I'm following. I think you're giving me too much credit. You do know that I was a problematic high schooler, right? I had to drop out of high school. I did go back and get my GED, though, man. Started to really hammer into psychology. I was on the dean's list for a few years. I hope you guys understand that. In community college, damn it, but I did it. Psychology is my area, man. That's how I know when there's lack of psychology. Does anybody know the story to Elite versus Death Triangle? Oh, festery is the story. Oh my God, I would have been here an hour trying to break down what festery means. People tried to argue that the hammer was the story. Wow, DJ, I got you, brother. That's why I should have fucking graduated high school. See that shit? Wait. So people tried to argue that the story between the Triangle and Death Triangle and Elite was the hammer, and that's why Dynamite got 967. That's why Dynamite cannot hit the million. There you go. If that's a real story, DJ is a prodigy. If people said the story is the hammer, then that's the problem with pro wrestling. The hammer's a storyline. Colin 499. Back in the day, Evolution made me want to punch them in the face because they're so good as a heel. Evolution is a mystery. All they are and all they seem to be. I see a line in the sand, trying to find out who I am. I remember that shit, bro. No, he said he wants to punch him in the face. Colin chose violence on Evolution. Derek Fleming Jr., 199. People who say banger ain't seen a real veg ever. Oh, shit. Derek Fleming Jr. Oh, shit, bro. I can't be saying that on the stream, can I? I do agree with you, though. Is that cool? I'm going to agree with you, Derek Fleming Jr. Miles Angel, 999. I watched Rampage last Friday for the first time. That Jade Cargill girl has a superstar written all over her. I think she's like 48-0 or something like that. Me and my girlfriend really enjoy her a lot. Miles Angel, she is a bona fide superstar. And take your time with her is my advice with TK, but I don't have much confidence that TK is gonna do her right when she starts doing a lot more Dynamite, a lot less Rampage, and he's got to kick storylines into high gear. I don't have a lot of confidence in Tony Khan. I have all the confidence in the world with Jade Cargill. She is a bona fide superstar. Completely agree with that, Miles Angel. Derek Fleming Jr., 199. Big Boss Man, Big Show, hardcore title, captivating. Derek Fleming Jr., was the storyline with that? Was that when Big Show was on his father's casket and the Big Boss Man was riding off in the hearse and Big Show was riding in the back on his dad's casket, man? Was that during that feud? Because I might be mixing up a couple of feuds. But I think that was what you were talking about. Absolutely, bro. That's what I mean. You don't see that today. Today, we say a hammer is the storyline. It's the hammer. Derek Fleming Jr. Yes, it was, BC. Just watched it last weekend. I love that, bro. And you see what... Do you guys see what Derek Fleming Jr. just said? Derek Fleming Jr. Now, Derek Fleming, or anybody, what year-ish was that? Sometimes I get my years a little bit off. That Big Boss Man and a Big Show feud in those matches. What year roughly was that? Because Derek Fleming Jr. just said, yeah, I just saw that last week. That's what I always tell you guys. Things were so good back then that we watched them 1,000 times. It'll be 10, 20 years from now, and we'll go back and watch them because we remember how we felt. We remember how big the moment was. We remember the story, the feud, being on the edge of our seat. We go back years ago, this happened, and we go back years later. 1999, you guys are telling me. 2009, 2019, 23 years ago. And we're going back and watching that shit. I'm going back and I'm watching 80s shit whenever I have free time. All the time. All the time. Ultimate Warrior is a guy that people say was one of the worst actual in-ring competitor wrestlers ever. Like the guy couldn't wrestle, this and that. Do you guys realize to this very day, I go back and watch fucking Warrior promos and matches whenever I have free time at times. I will go back and watch Warrior. And he was supposedly one of the worst wrestlers of all time. He was the most captivating. He was one of, anyway, with Macho Man and so many others, but one of the most captivating. You don't need to do flips, dives, and put on bangers left and right to be the best. You have to check off every fucking box and make people feel. MJF said that several months ago, and he is so right. This is what MJF said several months ago. I don't have to do the flips and the dives. I don't have to put my life on the line for you guys because I make you feel. That's what MJF said, and I fucking love it. That's all you need to do as a pro wrestler. Don't complicate shit. Simplify it. They don't know anymore, Derek Fleming Jr. They don't know how to wrestle anymore. They don't know what goes into the wrestling. They just think it's the moves. A lot of these kids that are some of them in these big companies, WWE and AEW, there's several names I could name. They don't know how to wrestle, actually. They can't cut a promo if their life depended on it. They don't know how to make people feel a real emotion. They can go in the ring and they can do sequences. Meanwhile, podcasters like BC are entertaining way more. And I shouldn't be. That should not be the case. Derek Fleming Jr., man, you just gave a great fucking point from that super chat. VC Stallion, 199. VC Stallion says, hey, BC, UCTK wants to buy WWE now. Who said he wants to buy WWE, VC Stallion? Is that I mean, of course he would like to, but I mean, is there a reputable, like... Is that the report? Tony and Shad Khan in pool of potential WWE buyers likely to look for financial partner. Yeah, we knew they were going to be in the running. I don't know if Shad is going to want to put up $8 billion. It's going to be between $6 and $9 billion, guys. I got to be honest with you. Shad is willing to give up a lot of money. I don't know about $6 to $9 billion. Once they break down the numbers, I'm not sure. I mean, he can do it. Shad's got the money. But once you start talking about billions, somebody like Shad is going to say, hold on. Once you start saying 6, 7, 8, 9 billion, Shad might say, yeah, you're goofy, kid. Go sit in the corner. But yeah, I kind of had a feeling we'd be talking about that. Tony Khan and his father, Shad, because it would be Shad's money. I just don't think that's realistic. Because I think what Vince wants to do is not just sell it, but I think he wants to remain in power. I don't think any way. Could you imagine if Tony Khan buys WWE, thanks to his father, Jacksonville Jaguars owner, and then he keeps Vince as the runner of it? So Vince and Tony would just be killing each other every day. I think Vince wants power more than anything. That's the thing with Saudi Arabia. What's going to happen, guys, if Saudi buys it, is Saudi will own it technically, but it's really Vince still running shit. Vince will be at the top. Vince will be controlling all operations. Vince has the control. So Vince made bank. He made all the money. He's a fucking billionaire personified now more than ever. And he's still running WWE, and they got to take it private, which means he holds even more power. Vince is after power more than even money right now. So I don't know if he's going to approve a Shad Tony a buyout. If that makes sense. So, I knew that was going to be a thing, and then now I'm seeing like Fightful and stuff is coming out with a story about it. I just don't know, man. There's so many road bumps before it hits to that level. Yeah, Pedro, no doubt. Shad Khan has way more money than Vince, but that doesn't mean he's going to throw $9 billion, because it could be up to 9. We know it's 9. It's 6 to 9 billion. We know that number, right? I doubt anybody's going to go 10, and I doubt they're going to sell anything for less than 6. I just don't know if Shad's going to give out fucking $9 billion, guys, for a fucking pro wrestling thing. I mean, he's helping out Tony as much as he can with the millions that he's giving him for AEW. And then you have to think, is Vince going to want to lose that type of control? I don't know. I don't see that, man. That would rock the pro wrestling world to a whole nother degree. But I'm sure social media is going to flip out. Oh my God, Tony Khan, he's going to buy WWE. And tonight, that's going to be the big fucking story. And then the rumor mill, we just saw this a few days ago, right? Everybody's going to be like, did you hear? Tony's buying WWE. Everybody, yeah, call up Timmy right now. Let him know Tony's buying WWE. The deal might already be done. We don't even know right now. The deal's done, I think. You know, fucking Jerry's like, what? Tony just bought WWE? All right, I'll let my mom know. She'll tell all the family. You know how fucking word travels in this fucking shit. DB for life, 5 spot. It's funny how people keep forgetting who H really was and still is to this day. He's no savior for wrestling, and he won't be. Thank you, BC. Coffee on me. DB for life, I appreciate you, man. Not just accepting BC's facts, but knowing that they're coming from a pure place, and they are just that, facts. Whether it's Vince McMahon, Triple H, or Tony Khan, you're going to get the truth on this fucking channel. And guys, I want to say thank you, man. Even though I made a lot of people cry in this fucking live stream, which is what I love to do, you still blasted over 300 on the ups. We are now officially on the road to 400 with the thousands that are about to come in once we hit the algorithm. And we're done being live. The algorithm will kick in. Thousands will be able to catch this stream post live, unfortunately, but that's the only time the tube lets people know. And you guys will show that we rocked out, man. We went over 300 on 19 minutes of notice before we went live, and you guys still crushed it. And that's with making a lot of people cry. Fucking love it, bro. Let me make sure I got all my... So you guys came fucking rocking. On 19 minutes of notice, man, this is still going to turn into nearly 2 hours of a stream. I really thought we could do this in about 30 minutes to 45. If I missed any super chats, I'll get you guys afterwards for sure. On the next regular video, I'll try to compile the super thanks list. I know a lot of you guys threw a coffee to the channel, tip the channel through the super thanks button down below on regular videos. I'll get that list. And on our way out, everybody, much love and appreciation to all you, man. I know you guys are thanking me for all the content this week, all the live streams, but I want to thank you guys for actually showing up, handling, taking in all of the facts, and understanding that they are just that, facts. And hopefully we can come together and help pro wrestling get better, man. So I want to thank all of you guys. But first and foremost, I want to give, before I take off, all of my, and this is going to be a long roll call, guys, all of my gold team members, all of the gold that you see in the chat, man. I want to, Carlos Ray, breaking news, Tony buys WWE. Oh, it's coming, Carlos. You ain't even got a LOL on that. That'll be the fucking report tonight, probably. Carlos, that's funny, bro. Listen, to all you guys, man, all my gold card members. Sadiqua Flowers, Anthony Boley, Ray Foreman, Movies 456. Oh, hold on, you know what? You know what? Hold on, man. Oh, shit, we started a second page. I'm like, wait, we don't usually start. JR9 usually kicks it up. We got a second page, man. Man, we are over 100 on the members after 1 week. Damn, let me start over. But man, we got a bro, we going deep with the gold team, man. JR9 Gaming, Carlos Ray, Jack Brewer, Godswilla, Ash Sims, Jacqueline Robinson, Radar Ab TTV, Sir Charles, Sadiqa Flowers, Anthony Bowley, Ray Foreman, Movies 456, Clutch City Fan, Kim T, Jimmy J 145, Kevin MD, Crimson Blue 82, Dante Jaron 23, Unique Butterfly, A. Merrick, James Miller, Sterling Range, Dev Owl, Eric Leno, D. Carre, Soldierman 1984, Lord French Fries, Mayhem, Cy Parker, CJ White, PB Sillaprod, Deontay Thomas, Terrence Burrs, Willard Bayless, Sam Byers, Dave Mealy, Jane Donnelly, Ashley Steggles, Richard Wade, DeMonte Mabry, DJ is a Prodigy, Alicia Vukovic, Batty Banks, Trina Scott, Christopher Blackshare, Patrick Charles, Thurston Pachalek, Pimp Jesus, Richie P, Janelle Layton, Raymond Caron, Kevin Johnston Sabres News Consolidated, Nessie Sunflower, Discovery Metal Legion, Osia Weidman, Dino, Santivia Major, Jared Kelly, Winbrook 11, James Shrimp Fajitas, G, a.k.a. True Life to God, WWE AEW Marvel Fan, K. Doherty, Christopher Blackshare, Tom, Renee G, E.Z. Does It, Network Guy Dave, Sheriff Rivers, D Stands Alone, Xavier 2882, Eric Decker, J, Dwayne Piazza, Quentin Gilbert, Cosmic Fool, Pile Driver Finisher, Savage 1024 The Punisher, Limitation X, Big Nang, Redhead Kingpin, Brand Q featuring Quincy, John Gray, Nathan Savay, Miguel, Rachel. Went off for a second there. I got to make sure that went through live. Rachel Rocca, Jay Khan, Mr. Big 200, Titan Poetic Chef, AWS Promotions, Peter Kagaro, Reese Monet, Ron C23, Mardo May, John Cena, TJ Baines, Smokey, Eric Newton, Jamal Straken, Swift 718, Crimson, Brian Robinson, Derek Davis, Lee Laws, Venus Soldier 92, Robert Hurt, Snake Venom, Silver Black 31, Jimmy Fingers 19. What the fuck? We rolling deep. That is your fucking roll call. To all my newest members, man. From Jimmy Fingers 19 to Silver Black 31 to Snake Venom to Robert Hurt to Venus Soldier 92 to Lee Laws to Derek Davis to Brian Robinson, Crimson Swift 718, Smokey, Eric Newton, TJ Baines, all the latest members. Sean Cena, all you guys, man, welcome aboard. As my gold team has already welcomed you. We are well over 100 members now deep. Jane Donnelly with that coffee, man, before we head out. Jane Donnelly, that's the perfect way to end this stream, dude. Much love and appreciation, Jane Donnelly. My gold team is so fucking strong. I appreciate everything you guys say, BC, thanks for everything you do. I got to appreciate and say thank you for everything my gold team does, man. Salute. We will do this again very soon. Till next time, top guy, I'm out. BC saying check you. Salute, everybody. Colin, 199, the real banger. Unbreakable 2005. Better than any bangers we get in these days, Colin. I can tell you that much, bro. Salute, everybody. Much love and respect. Till next time. Check you. Check, you guys, man. I see you guys, man. Look at all that gold, bro. Look at all that gold. Put them up. Put them up. Come on. Solid. Come on. Put the delts up. Yeah. Stay amplified.